don't really know how to start this video because, well, it was 3 months late. I can't just jump into the normal intro and go, oh hi, welcome back to Adam's Eats, because it just doesn't seem right. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I've been off sick, well, for 3 months really. So I just want to firstly say thank you for sticking around and bearing with me. Now, some of you know why I've been off, but if you don't, probably best if you go and have a look at my last live stream, and it'll give you a brief understanding of what's been happening. Yeah, I've been very, very poorly, but I'm back on my feet. I'm feeling much, much better. Still not 100% there. But I feel ready to tackle another video today. Now, what we're making today is something I've wanted to tackle for such a long time, but I've kind of been put off by it because it's quite a long-winded process. It's not the easiest thing to make, particularly with some of the ingredients that I needed to find. So it's not one of those dishes you're going to make after work or after the kids finish school. This is something that you're going to want to make on your day off or a weekend where you've got time to sort of dedicate to it. But it's one of the most delicious things you're ever going to eat, so please give it a try. And what this dish is a Vietnamese beef noodle soup, or as the Vietnamese call it, pho. P-H-O, not pho, pho. And in simple terms, it's an Asian flavoured stock. We're going to use lots of spices like star anise, fennel seed, bay leaves, some cinnamon, and we're going to boil that up with some oxtail, and that's going to be the base for our soup. And we're going to simmer that for about 5 hours until it's nice and intense. And we're going to serve that over some rice noodles, and on top you can put all your veggies, you can put your bean sprouts, spring onions, some basil, and then we put some thinly sliced layers of beef. We pour the hot stock over, and that cooks the beef as well. And it's just a really nice, healthy, tasty soup. Right, so let's get on with it. If you look down below in the description, you can get a list of what you need. And also, if you press that pause button now, you can get a list of them there as well. And the first thing we need to do is prepare the oxtail. Right, okay, so I've got my oxtail here. Let's get it out of the bag. Now, I've actually got more oxtail here than I need because this isn't my recipe. I'm using one off a channel called Strictly Dumpling. So I will put a link in the description to give credit to that channel. And his recipe called for 3 pounds, which is about 1.5 kilos of oxtail. But then I realised that the stock pot that I've got is too small to hold the amount of water needed for this recipe. So basically what I've done is half the recipe. So we only need about just under 1 kilo of oxtail. Then what I'm going to do is take this rolling pin, or you could use a heavy pan, or you can ask your butcher to do it. But I'm just going to take these and cut them in half. So I'm going to just go in with the knife. Actually, I'm not going to use that one because it's a really sharp one. I don't want to knacker it. Okay, just place your knife in the middle, take something heavy. Okay, just like that, and then place those bits into your stock pot, and then just do the same with the rest of the oxtail. Right, that honestly, that was hard work. Probably best to get your butcher to do it. It's also knackered my rolling pin, look. Got all these little dents in it, so that's about as useful as a chocolate fire guard now. So once you've added your oxtail, what we're going to do is to top this up with water, just enough so the oxtail's covered. Then we'll turn the gas on, and what you need to do is to bring this to the boil and let it simmer for about 10 minutes, and what you'll see is loads of scum will start coming off at the surface. And once it's at that stage, we need to give them a clean. So whilst that's doing that, we'll get on and we'll roast our onion and ginger. Right, so all we're going to do with the onion is just take one out, like so. These are quite large onions. And I'm just going to remove just the rooty part, stick it in that rubbish bowl. Now, because this is quite a large onion, I'm going to cut it into half, and then each half again, I think. Put that onto our roasting tray. Same with our ginger. I'm not going to bother peeling it. Probably need about 100 grams of ginger. And then again, just take the ginger and then just roughly chop it into pieces like so. Pop that on the tray. And I preheated the oven to fairly hot because we're going to roast these for about 20 minutes. Right, so I've been boiling the oxtail now for about 10 minutes, and as you can see, all this scum has formed on the top. You've got to get rid of that, alright, because otherwise it's going to make your broth taste bitter, and it's going to make it really cloudy and nasty. So now what we need to do is fight against our instincts, and we need to drain all of this off, wash the bones, wash the pan out, and then we'll add some fresh water, and then that will be the start of our broth. Alright, I know it goes against all your instincts to throw all this away, but stay with me, it's going to be fine. Alright, so let's get these oxtails drained. And you need to give that pot a thorough wash as well. You know, clean it thoroughly, rinse all that stuff out. But you can also see on these bones, you've still got all that stuff on there, and we need to rinse those off thoroughly, just with cold water. And just get rid of all that stuff. Right, so as you can see, I've cleaned the oxtail, and I've added the correct amount of water. Now just be careful when you're converting US measurements to metric, because I nearly got caught out, because apparently a US gallon is very different to an imperial gallon. So I nearly got caught out and put too much water in. Just be mindful that when you're converting gallons, make sure you're converting it to the right one. So in here I've got 3.7 litres of water, and I'm going to add our roasted onions and ginger. And I'm just going to pop that onto the hob at the back, and I'm just going to bring that to a boil. And whilst that's doing that, we'll get on and toast our spices. Right, to toast our spices, really easy. Just get the pan onto a low to medium heat, and then we've got our spices here, which I'm just going to add to the pan. And what we're looking to do is to just dry fry these for a minute or so until they start to smell really aromatic. Okay, just be careful that they don't burn, because they will catch quite easily. Once it starts giving off a really nice aroma, they're done. Okay, so once you've finished toasting your spices, you can put them onto some cheesecloth, or if you've got a spice bag, use that. I haven't got any of that, so what I've got is a brand new unused dishcloth, which should work just fine. I'm going to put those spices in the middle, and all I'm going to do is take that string and tie it off in the middle, so we've got ourselves a nice little spice bag. Right, so I've got my little makeshift spice bag here. One thing I did find is, because it's a brand new cloth, there's loads of fluff and stuff all over it, so I had to give it a good old shake outside, because I don't really want loads of fluff in my soup. But my advice is, don't be stupid like me. Go out and buy some muslin or cheesecloth or a proper spice bag. But you know what I'm like, so I'm going to dump that in, and I'm also going to put some of this in. Now this is rock sugar, and out of all the ingredients, this was the hardest for me to find. If you can't get hold of yellow rock sugar, you can use just normal sugar instead, but this is apparently better, and it's used a lot in Thai cooking. Now I will put some affiliate links in the description, because you'll probably find it much easier just to order it all online. So I'm going to get some of this out. It all comes in different sized pieces. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So I'm going to get a piece like that in there. Right, so I put my pot down onto the biggest ring so we can get it up to temperature. Right, so the next thing I'm going to add is fish sauce. You're meant to use a good one. I have no idea if this is good or not, but I have been told that this is what most Thai people use, so we'll give it a shot. Now if it really stinks, then it's a good one. So I'm going to open this up and give it a whiff. Yeah, that smells. Right, so we need about 60 ml of this. So we'll get that in. And next thing we want is a tablespoon of salt. I'm just going to give that a bit of a stir. Okay, so that's all the ingredients in the pot. We're going to bring that up to a boil. Oh, it smells quite potent at the minute. I'm assuming that will kind of mellow out as it cooks, and all those spices kind of mix together. So what we're going to do is bring that to a boil and then turn it down to a simmer, and we need to cook that for about 4 or 5 hours, because we need that oxtail to be nice and soft and gelatinous, because we're going to add that to some of the soup when we assemble it. So I'm going to leave that to tick away for 4 or 5 hours, and whilst that's getting on with that, I'm going to have a snooze.
One eternity later.
Well, I'm back, and as you can probably tell by the change of shirt, it's actually the next day, because I actually started this quite late last night. So it got to about 11 o'clock, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to call it a night, turn off the heat, just let it sit, and then I'll continue in the morning. So here we are, the broth is ready. Now I did have a little taste of the broth last night, really delicious. The only advice I can give you, because this is my first time making pho, so it's just as much of a learning curve for me as it probably is for you. The fish sauce that I used was really quite salty, so I would suggest that if you're using that particular brand, omit the salt altogether. Just use the fish sauce, and then if you need more salt at the end, then just add it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the camera down here so you can see what the broth looks like. Right, so here it is. You can see how lovely and dark and rich that broth is. And what we need to do now is, you can see that there's a layer of fat all along the top of the broth. Now you really want to get rid of that. You don't want the broth to be too greasy. So all you want to do is just take a spoon and just skim off all that fat. Take your time with it. What you can do to make this easier is put it in the fridge, and that fat will solidify, and then you can just kind of scrape it off. So I'm going to continue doing this, and once we're done, I'll show you the next step. Right, okay, so I've taken out most of the fat from the broth. There's still a little bit in there, but I'm not too worried about that. And what we need to do now is to separate the solids from the broth itself. And what I've got here is a colander and a nice big bowl underneath. I think you can also line this with a cheesecloth or a clean tea towel to remove any really tiny bits, but we'll see what it looks like when I've done it, and then I'll make an executive decision. So I'm going to pour this in. Now I'm going to clean this pot out because it's quite dirty. We don't want all that stuff in there. And then we're going to add the broth back in, heat it up, and then we're pretty much ready to assemble the pho. I've got some veggies and herbs and all that kind of stuff over there. And also this oxtail here, we're going to keep that, so get rid of everything else, pick out the meat, and we'll serve some of that with the pho as well. Right, so now that I've cleaned my pot, I'm going to get this broth back in, and I'm going to pour it fairly slowly so any sediment or bits that are collected at the bottom won't go back in. And you can also see on this plate here, that's all the oxtail meat, which I separated, took it all off the bone. You don't get a lot of meat, but what you do get is pretty good. It's actually really good. So what I'm going to do now is just get this back onto a heat, and we need to get the broth nice and hot. And also at the back here, I've got a pan with some water in it, which we're going to bring to the boil, because what we're going to do is cook our noodles in that. And once that's done, we can assemble the pho. Right, so now that the broth is nice and hot, the water's up to the boil, we're going to get our rice noodles in. Just use however many you want, really. If you're a greedy fat pig like me, you're going to want a lot. I'm just going to get a nice handful of noodles in there. Now, because these are rice noodles, they won't take very long at all. Right, so my noodles are cooked, I've drained them. We can now assemble the pho. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is add my noodles. Now, this is where you can get creative with all your extra bits and pieces. Now, what I've got here is some bean sprouts. I've got some basil. This is just normal Italian basil. I couldn't find any Thai basil, so I had to use that instead. Some coriander, or cilantro if you're from America. Some lime, some finely sliced onion, and also some spring onion as well. Now here I've got some very thinly sliced raw beef. You can use whatever beef you like, it doesn't matter, but the most important thing is it's sliced super thin. I got this from the Asian supermarket, it was already pre-sliced, and the reason that you need it so thin is because when we add the stock, it's going to cook it, so it's not going to be raw, so you need to make sure it's thin. We've also got the oxtail meat here as well, we're going to add some of that. And then here we've got some sriracha, traditional Thai condiment. It's completely optional, but it's going to add a nice bit of heat. Right, so let's assemble. I think I'm going to go in with some of this oxtail first. Just put some of that on the side. And some bean sprouts, which will add some nice crunch. We'll have a bit of coriander on that side. Then I'm going to go in with some of this beef. It's a very pretty plate of food, I have to say. And then I'm going to go with some of this basil. We'll add some onion as well, and of course some spring onion. Let's just move all of this out of the way for a second. Right, I'm going to bring you down a bit closer so you can see as I put the stock in. Right, okay, so we're nice and close. Look how amazing that looks already. We've not even added the stock yet, which I've got here just off camera. We're going to start ladling that beautiful stock. And you can see, as soon as it touches that beef, it immediately starts to cook it. And I'm just going to finish with a nice wedge of lime on the side there. Now I'm going to go and take the thumbnail, and then we'll get stuck in. Here it is then, the finished pho. I've added my sriracha sauce there, nice and spicy, and I'm going to squeeze over the lime. Now I'm going to try and attempt to use chopsticks. It's been a long time since I've used them, so this may fail epically. I'm just going to give everything a bit of a mix. I'm just going to go and have a bit of a taste of these noodles first. Wow, those noodles have soaked up all that flavour. Got a nice bit of spice from that sriracha. Let's try some of this beef as well. You can see why the Vietnamese love this so much. It's very rare that something so healthy is so tasty. Moreish, supremely savoury, and you can see as well how that thinly sliced beef is nice and cooked. Well, I can honestly say, folks, that for my first attempt at making a pho, I think I did a pretty good job. Well, there we have it, Vietnamese beef noodle soup. I am going to attempt this again and probably do another video, because I think there's some tweaks that I want to do to it. I think I'll probably brown off the oxtail first, just to get a much richer flavour. I think there might be some other bits and pieces that I might add. But honestly, give this one a go, it's really good. Just watch that salt content. You know, you can always add more later. So yeah, that wraps up today's video. Thanks for tuning in and watching. It's absolutely brilliant to be back. and I'll probably do a live stream some point this week just to give you an update, say hi, bit of a chit chat. I don't know what day that'll be, but I'll let you guys know. Now if you like what you see, then please leave a comment down below, like, share, subscribe, and as always, if you stick around at the end, there'll be some links to some other videos, and if you want to subscribe, there'll be a button for that as well. And I'll see your lovely faces next time for more tasty fun and frolics, and bye for now.